Right, so this is a walkthrough of a recent website that we launched for Gorstella Gallery, which is just outside of Chester. I'm Simon Davis, I'm from Rudy Web Design, and we've been working with Gorstella for quite a few years now. This is actually the third website that we've built for them. The first one was just pure HTML, second one was WordPress, and this third version, we've added quite a few bits and pieces into this. It's an ongoing relationship, one we're really pleased to have. And the gallery itself is family owned. It's very well established. They host several exhibitions every single year, and they take place in person at their bricks and mortar gallery, which is in the countryside close to Dodleston in Cheshire. The website plays a key role in promoting the exhibitions. It showcases the artists and the individual pieces available. It starts conversations with buyers, even though actual sales happen offline. So it's not an e-commerce sense in the traditional sense. It does handle things like displaying prices, flagging items that have sold, and collecting visitor interest via a built-in inquiry process. So starting off on the homepage, so it's got very, very strong branding the gallery is known for. We've used their established logo and colour palette. It's got a very, very clean aesthetic, and it's a modern, understated feel on the site. It suits the audience and the nature of the work they exhibit. Navigation, again, very deliberately simple, very straightforward, and everything clearly labelled at the top level so that the visitor can get to where they want to go really quickly and easily. So at the very top of the page, we've got this hand-coded image slider. Now, these have been around for years, very, very common on a lot of sites, but in this case, the implementation is fully custom. There are no third-party plugins here. It's designed to be as easy as possible for the client to manage themselves. They can upload images. They can update these whenever they want. They can overlay the text and the links they point to. They can do this all in-house without needing to get in touch with us to make the changes for them. And that was a very important priority for them. Below the slider, there's a flexible text block area. The client can add seasonal messages or timely information, again, without risk of breaking the layout or drifting away from the design. All of the editable areas right across the site follow the same logic. Flexibility where it's useful, but structure and control where it's important to maintain consistency. So you'll see the same font, you'll see the same colouring in every area of the site. So the typography and the colours are fixed. It's intentional. That means no matter how many updates are made, the site continues to feel cohesive and professional. At the bottom of every page, so run off site, we've included a newsletter sign up. It's a very lightweight form, name and email only, but it works really, really well. And because visitors tend to come to the site, they're already interested in art or the gallery itself, the mailing list ends up being full of highly relevant contacts. And I suppose from the client's point of view, it's cost effective. It's an ongoing channel for their marketing. Onto the About Us page. And you'll see it's fairly standard in terms of content, but it plays a very important role in building trust, especially for new visitors who might not be familiar with the gallery. All of the content is editable through the content management system, the CMS, but as before, the structure, fonts and colours are all fixed, so updates easy to make and the design integrity never compromised. Onto the artists page. Now, each artist has their own block here, a name and an image, and everything ordered alphabetically by surname. That's deliberate because visitors and collectors will often be looking for a specific artist. And when you click onto any one of these blocks, it takes you through to that artist's individual page where things do get a bit more dynamic. So let's click onto this first one for Steph Aldwinkle. Now, on the artist's own page, we start with a very short bio, which is, of course, editable, followed by a list of all of their current available or recently shown works. And each piece is displayed with a thumbnail with the title and the price. And as you'll see over on the right-hand side of the screen, if work has been sold, a very clear label appears. This is all handled automatically by the system and doesn't need to be typed in or coded in or anything complicated at all. What's actually happening here is that each of these entries is being pulled through from a separate artwork page in the CMS. And that means the client only has to input the artwork details once, and then they're shown in the right format across multiple parts of the site. like here on the artist page, and then the individual artwork page, and in some cases an inquiry form. And what this means is it reduces admin time, avoids duplication, and helps keep everything accurate. So let's click onto a detail page for the artwork. So the artwork detail pages themselves are very simple to use, but quite feature-rich behind the scenes. The images, they're all automatically resized for consistency, and this lightbox effect, when you click on an image, that's where you can view the image at full sizes in an overlay. It's applied automatically, so the client doesn't need to worry about any special formatting. And then to the side of the image, you've got the artwork title, the price, as mentioned earlier. It can display sold if no price is set. That's a small automation, but it makes life so much easier. And one feature we're particularly pleased with is this inquiry form. It's hidden by default to keep the page clean, but it opens with a single click. And when it does, it automatically pre-fills the name of the artwork into the form you can see here, which is quite handy. On sites like this, where buyers typically get in touch before making a purchase, the last thing you want is for the inquiry to be vague. And this little automation that we've added in avoids the need to follow up emails asking which piece were you interested in, that sort of thing, because it's all there from the very start, the first contact. Beneath the form, we've included links to other artworks from the artist. These are automatically generated, and they serve the same purpose as related product links that you'll see on e-commerce sites. It keeps visitors engaged and encourages more browsing as well. Onto the exhibition pages, and these are very much, there are two exhibition sections on the site. One is for future exhibitions, and one is for post events as well. The post exhibitions page essentially acts as an archive. It's just helps regular visitors look back at previous shows, and also contributes to the site's performance on search, and it increases the overall volume of structured, relevant content, which is important. There's a mailing list page. It's also got its very own dedicated page, something the client specifically requested because it gives them a very clear URL to use in printed materials or QR code campaigns. And that sort of integration between offline and online marketing is something we try to support where possible. Contact page. Now this includes the full business address, formatted to match their Google business listing, which helps their local SEO, reinforces trust. And it's very important that this is consistent at every touch point on the net. We generally avoid styled or plugin based maps. So you can see down here, we've got a native Google map. And the reason that we avoid any of the plugins that are available is sometimes they tend to break or they go out of sync over time. And a native Google map, it's more stable and reliable, gives them a better long-term choice in our view. All pages, you'll see, very neat, mobile responsive, so they break down very, very easily. All of the pages react really, really well across various different screen sizes. And the navigation collapses into a simple hamburger on mobile. The layout shifts into a clean single column format, keeps everything accessible, easy to read as well. And all of the sliders on the home page, again, they just resize to fit the screen size. It's a good example of how a site can look simple on the surface but be structured in a way that's robust, efficient, and designed to grow with the business. Now, we're always happy to look at redesigns or advise on how an existing site could be improved, particularly if you want a site that's easier for you to manage and performs better in search or just simply feels more modern. And if you'd like to find out more about how we can work, you can visit us at rudi.co.uk, and the link's down in the description. Thanks for watching.